Deep inhalation. Hold the breath for as long as possible. Exhale consciously. Focus on the breath. Don't allow the mind to wander anywhere. And relax your physical body. And as you focus on the breath, the mind will get quietened automatically. So, switch on cameras and systematically do this pranayama. Simple but very powerful exercise. So, by this systematic pranayama, one should quieten the mind. And when the mind is quietened, Upanishad mantra clearly advises to do upasana, dhyanam on the supreme truth, Brahma Tattvam, after studying the Vedanta Shastras. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma, tat jalaniti shanta upasita. Shanta upasita, mind has to be quietened. That's the first goal. Then, with a quietened mind, focus on Brahman as Sarvam Khalu Idam. Everything around us verily is Brahman. Only absolute truth. From this absolute truth, absolute reality, Brahman arises the relatively real universe continuously. Creation, sustenance, dissolution, Srishti, Sthiti, Layam happens continuously. And we are caught in that cycle of samsara, focusing on the universe and other aspects of matter, of physical body, mind, intellect, relationships, thoughts, emotions, and so you're constantly bound. The only way to release from this bondage is to focus on the supreme truth and understand that the same absolute truth, supreme truth, Shuddha Chaitanyam, pure consciousness, is also your true nature, which is pure consciousness, which enables all the functions of the physical body. Shrotrasya shrotram manaso mano yad vachoha vacham sau pranasya pranaha चक्षुषश्चक्षुः अतिमुच्यधीराः प्रेत्यास्माल्लोकादमृता bhavanti. So, Upanishads also point to the same supreme truth, pure consciousness present within each of us as our true nature, which enables all the functioning of the various sense organs, the organs of knowledge, organs of action. Shrotrasya shrotram, ear of the ear. Ear cannot function. You cannot hear without pure consciousness being reflected within your physical body through the mind. Manaso mano, even the mind cannot function without consciousness principle. Yet vachoha vacham, one cannot speak if the person doesn't have consciousness. So, in a way, the real speech is the pure consciousness. Vachoha vacham sau pranasya pranaha. So the real life principle is the pure consciousness which enables the prana, mukhya prana, the main life force, and the pancha pranas, the five pranas to function within the physical body. Possible only because of pure consciousness present within the physical body. Chakshushas chakshuhu, eye of the eye, similarly. So one who understands the absolute pure consciousness principle behind all this functioning, Atimuchya Dhiraha is the true spiritual person focused on the study of Vedanta Shastras to understand the ultimate reality. The person crosses over the cycle of samsara. Atimuchya Dhiraha Pretyaha. So after this physical body perishes, Asmal Lokat Amrita Bhavanti attains immortality. So knowledge of absolute reality as your true self bestows immortality. So, how to proceed systematically to attain this absolute knowledge of the ultimate truth? Let's continue studying the Gita Shastram. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अपार करुणा सिंधुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्महम् ओम. All switch on cameras, chant Yam Brahma loudly. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunmanti Dimyai Stavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः ॐ श्रीगणेशाय नमः श्रीसरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ श्रीभगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानं येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानं प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Now we chant the 5 key shlokas. Shri Bhagavanuvacha दैवी हेषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं महाम्यहम् मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया. To understand this final truth, prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayaha maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthataha om shanti shanti shantihi. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता एकादशोऽध्यायः विश्वरूपदर्शनयोगः. ॐ नारायणः परो व्यक्तात् अण्डमं व्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्त्विमे लोकाः सप्तद्वीपा च मेदिनी. ॐ. So I'll chant shloka number 18, which we learned in the last class. Did you learn 19 also? 19 we have to learn, right? Okay. Let's chant 18, then proceed further. Arjuna uvacha tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam tvamasya vishwasya param nidhanam tvamamvyaya shashvata dharma gopta सनातनस्त्वं पुरुषो मतो मे. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hardam Swagatam, hearty welcome to the next session on the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, a very important chapter, which is called as Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Now, all of you please take your ebook and go to page number 7. As you can see, in the Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, in the beginning, when Bhagavan reveals the cosmic form, Arjuna is not able to see anything, right? And so Bhagavan himself says, you will not be able to see with normal eyes. Here I give you Divyam Chakshuhu. Means what? The divine eye. So the divine eye is for Arjuna to comprehend the physical what? Picture. The vision of the entire universe resting on Krishna Paramatma's physical body. Understand? Right? Now, what is understanding for Gita students? Can we all get the Divyam Chakshuhu, divine eye, like Arjuna got? What is that? We have to understand. We have to. I think spotlight is not done. Who is the person who is doing Zoom? Hmm?
Yes,
Okay.
spotted is done, Guruji.
Okay. But Rajasagar is saying it's not spotlighted. I don't know why. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so for us, what is the divine eye? The divine eye is the knowledge of Vedanta Shastra. So look at the entire universe from the point of view of knowledge. What does the knowledge obtained from Vedanta Shastra say? The entire universe emerges from the Supreme, is resting on the Supreme Truth, and finally merges. Yatova imani bhuta nijayante ye najata nijivanti yatrayantyabhisam vishanti. So, and when Arjuna is finally able to see, have the vision of the cosmic form, he undergoes three different changes, three different attitudes, expressions he goes through. What are they? The first one is that of wonder. Vismayaha is actually wonderstruck. When physically you see something, one is to read and understand. When you see physically, then your immediate reaction is that of wonder, and so Arjuna is wonderstruck. From that, after seeing all the wonderful things, which is giving a lot of pleasure, when he focuses on some things that he didn't expect. So he didn't expect Bhagavan to be a destroyer. So when he sees those destructive aspects of the Supreme, then he gets what? Into a state of fear, bhayam. Because he asked for it, Bhagavan has to show everything. So what did Arjuna ask? Show me completely. He didn't say show me only partly. Show me only those aspects that are pleasurable. See, we also want in life only those aspects that are pleasurable, but we don't want things that are not so pleasant. So clearly a message that is being conveyed in Vishruva Darshanam is treat pleasant and unpleasant things equanimously. So Arjuna gets into a state of fear, and finally he has decided the only way for me to get out of this continuous variation of thoughts. One point in time, I'm looking very happy. Another time, very worried. Sometimes under stress. Sometimes under tension, pressure. What all we are going through. Same thing Arjuna goes through when he sees the Vishrupa Darshanam, and he says the only way is devotion to Bhagavan. So third expression, reaction of Arjuna is finally surrender to Bhagavan, and so etam maya tarantite. We chant no Devi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamevaye Prapadyante Etam Mayam. So Mayam Etam is Etam Mayam, this Mayam Tarantite. You can cross over only by being devoted to Bhagavan, following Dharma, then finally studying Vedanta Shastras. So, when you see shloka number 18, Arjuna is expressing the Vedantic truths. This is not something that is able to see physically. We finish PBA for 18? So, no, somebody can confirm. Done? Once again, revise. When Arjuna says, you are the supreme imperishable, he didn't use the word Brahman, but you are the supreme imperishable truth. Paramam Aksharam. And connect Aksharam to what? I told you earlier. Aksharam Brahma Paramam. Somewhere we heard, right? So that Aksharam is Brahman. So Arjuna is saying that Bhagavan is Sakshat Param Brahma Tattvam. So where do you get this words like Brahman, Param Brahmam, Aksharam and all? Do you get it in Itihasa, Purana and all? Where do you get it? Only in Vedanta Shastra. So Arjuna is expressing the Vedantic truths. And Veditavyam, you are the only one to be known. Means what? Knowledge of anything else creates bondage. Only the knowledge of Supreme will release you from all the bondage. Ultimate knowledge. That is why it is the greatest knowledge. Then what? Param Nidhanam, ultimate support. So, all these are Vedantic truths. So, here, as I told you, Bhagavan is both Jagat Guru, teacher of Vedanta Shastra, and also Ishvara Tattvam, who's got Maya, Shakti under his control, because of which he can create a vision to Arjuna to visualize. What happens? Sometimes, no, when you're all going to school and college earlier, right? Yes or no? Now we are all very old. And definitely we'll go to school again when we take the next birth. Please understand. If you don't get the ultimate knowledge, get Brahma Jnanam and Moksham now, once again we'll go to school. So what happens? The teacher normally, when you explain in words, it's not clearly understandable. The teacher will draw some picture on the board, right? That is why we are also using flow charts, pictures and all in our ebook to explain much better. So Bhagavan is able to show physically the Vedantic truth so that Arjuna understands, and through Arjuna we all understand. So he says, you are the ultimate support of the entire universe. And then he says, you are the eternal principle. How is Arjuna saying that Bhagavan is the eternal principle? Because he is able to see many entities appearing, disappearing continuously. But Bhagavan is unchanged. So you are the eternal principle and also eternal protector of dharma. Suddenly starts remembering dharma. You see, dharma is the fundamental principle on which the entire thing is based on. Dharmo Vishwasya Jagatah Pratishtha. Veda mantra, write down. So the entire universe is based on dharma, which is Rita dharma. I told you various levels. Rita dharma, Samanya dharma, Vishesha dharma, and dharma shastram, punyam, papam, everything. And now he says, I regard you. My considered opinion, mataha, me mataha, my considered opinion is that you are the eternal Purusha, Sanatana Purusha. One principle permeates everything. So can he see physically all these things quickly? I want you to think, because please understand, Gita Shastram, later when you're studying Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, it's all knowledge. It is not some drama, it is not some art, it is not some inner engineering. You have to analyze and understand. Any of these things, that Bhagavan is supreme, imperishable, the ultimate support, eternal dharma, Purusha, permeating everything, can you see? No, you cannot see physically. So all that Arjuna is saying is nothing but Vedantic truth. Now, continuing. So, further he is focusing on what? Many aspects, slowly moving towards those aspects which he didn't what? Expect to see. It means Bhagavan is now slowly also moving Arjuna's vision, because as I told you, the Vishwarupa Darshanam can be so vast that you will be lost, right? If you go into a very, very big park or something, you don't know. So many things are there. Unless you're able to focus on one entity, you will not be able to understand what it is. So as you go through all these shlokas, you can see that Arjuna's vision, when he goes towards something to see more closely, Bhagavan is what? As we said, zoom. He's trying to zoom. Eternal Purusha. That means what? Two aspects. Purushaha means Purishete. the one that permeates everything. Eternal means non-changing, that which has no beginning, no end. Means what? The ultimate substratum that permeates everything is called Sanatana Purushaha. So I told you Purushottamaha, three types of Purusha. What are the three Purushas in Purushottama Yoga? Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purushaha, Uttama Purushaha, beyond Kshara and Akshara. Kshara Purusha is the manifested universe. That means what? That Maya Tattvam, when it manifests physically as a universe, is called Kshara Purusha. That means what? It's also part of Bhagavan, but it ultimately gets destroyed. Ksharam means that which is destroyed. Akshara Purushaha means what? That which cannot be destroyed. The Maya Tattvam, fundamental matter, can neither be created nor destroyed. Uttama Purushaha, Sanatana Purushaha is the Brahma Tattvam, Shuddha Chaitanyam, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, that which doesn't change at all, eternal, not subject to Ksharaha and Aksharaha. Now, continuing, sloka number 19. Arjuna Vacha Anadimadhyantamanantaviryam Anantabahum Shashi Suryanetram Pashyami Tvam Deeptahutashabhaktram Swatejasa Vishwamidam Tapantam.
अर्जुन उवाच अनादिमध्यान्तमनन्तवीर्यम् अनन्तबाहुं शशिसूर्यनेत्रम् पश्यामि त्वां दीप्तहुताशवक्त्रम् स्वतेजसा विश्वमिदं तपन्तम्.
Very good. All of us together. Arjuna Vacha Anadimadhyantamanantaviryam Anantabahum Shashi Suryanetram Pashyami Tvam Deeptahutashabhaktram Swatejasa Vishwamidam Tapantam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now you see slowly Arjuna's vision is going towards the other aspects of Bhagavan, and so he is now expressing his internal feeling. So slokas 15 to 22. Look at page number 2. Slokas 15 to 22 is Arjuna's expression of wonder. 23 to 29, expression of fear. So as we move towards sloka number 22, you will see his focus is more on other aspects of Bhagavan. So now he's saying whatever he told in the previous sloka, sloka number 17. What did he say? That 16 actually. Okay, what did he say? Na antam na madhyam. So he says very clearly, I am not able to see either your na tava adim. Write down from sloka number 16. Na adim, na madhyam, na antam. Same thing he is expressing in a different form. He is saying here, I am seeing you, Bhagavan, as somebody who has no beginning, no middle, no end. You see, that's what happens. When your mind is stuck with wonder, you will repeat a lot of things you have told earlier. So or no? You will not even know. So why should he say? Huh? Why should he say the same thing again now? He told earlier, right? I told you, gave reference 16th, right? Once again, he's saying that you are the supreme without any beginning or middle or end. Exactly same meaning, but slightly different words. And now he is now seeing the power of Bhagavan. Now you see, slowly from all the wonderful aspects. What happens? Normally, when we first go and see, first time when we went and saw some big falls, right? You know, falls, right? First, you're wonderstruck. Aha, how nice it is. Then, when you look at the power, how much of suddenly you focus on the sound, the depth, the how long the falls is. Like people go see Niagara Falls. First, you're wonderstruck. And finally, you look at the power of the fall. So, what Arjuna is saying, you are a supreme principle with limitless power. So limitless power is what he's seeing. Then what? Countless arms, all that he told earlier. So countless arms. And now he's focusing on Bhagavan's eyes. Eyes are like the moon and the sun. Shashi Surya Netram. Normally we compare Bhagavan's eyes to sun and moon. You cannot give two suns or two moons, so one sun, one moon. Whatever we know, divine planets. Now he is focusing on the next aspect. The mouth, your mouth is blazing with fire. Means what? From Bhagavan's mouth, fire is emanating. And from this fire, the entire universe is being scorched. That means what? So the entire fire spreads over the entire universe. And this fire and light. So there are two aspects of fire. What are they? Heat and light. You need both. Yes or no? There's only heat. How can you see? In the night, sunlight is there or heat of sun is there in your respective places? Heat of sun is there, otherwise you'll be freezing. But light of sun is not there. Only during day, both heat and light are together. So, like the blazing fire, which has got both heat and light, he says that you are the principle through which the entire universe, in some places it is normal heat, other places it is extremely hot, like in desert regions, and then when you go to other places, scorching fire, and there is radiance all around. So he's looking at the aspect of Bhagavan, which provides light and heat to the entire universe. So now look at the PVA for sloka number 19. Anadi Madhyantam, one word. Anadi Madhyantam, Ananta Viryam, Ananta Bahum, Shashi Surya Netram, Pashyami Tvam, Deepta Hutasha Bhaktram, Swatejasa, Vishwam, Idam, Tapantam. Clear? How many words? How many padas? 11. You're all getting ready for the study of Upanishads. Now look at the Anvaya. Pashyami Tvam Anadi Madhyantam. How many are over? 3. Ananta Viryam Ananta Bahum Shashi Surya Netram. 6. Deepta Hutasha Bhaktram Tapantam Idam Vishwam Swatejasa. So, totally 11 words. Clear? Anvaya is clear? Simple, no? Anybody having challenges? Clear? Okay, very good. Now, look at the Anvaya meaning. Pashyami Tvam. Pashyami. I am seeing. Tvam. You. Put in bracket. As a supreme principle. What are the different aspects? Anadi Madhyantam. So, na adi, na madhyam, na antam. Anadi Madhyantam. Adischa madhyamcha anantascha na vidyate. Yasya saha ayam anadi madhyantaha tam anadi madhyantam. This is a systematic Sanskritized way. Very simple, you see. Adischa madhyamcha antascha na vidyate. See, make a note. The word vidyate is normally used in Sanskrit to imply knowing or establishing a fact or understanding. So, na vidyate means not able to understand, not able to establish. So, the complex shloka we keep on chanting, last shloka, Prapancho yadi vidyeta. Nivartetana samshayaha. Meaning for this is very, very difficult. So here vidyeta means really established truth. It's called vidyeta. The meaning of this sloka is Prapancho yadi vidyeta. If Prapanchaha vidyeta, if the universe was an established fact. I understand what I'm saying? If the universe was an absolute truth, there's a lot of Vedantic knowledge is required. Something that is a established truth, absolute truth, cannot be negated. You're understanding? Neither absolute reality can be negated, nor absolute non-existence can be negated. Are you getting the point? Absolute non-existence does not require negation because it does not exist. Are you getting the point? Absolute reality cannot be negated because it always exists. So what has to be negated? Now confusion starts. Vedanta. That which is neither absolutely existing nor absolutely non-existing. Are you getting the point? Now the concept of Maya starts becoming interesting. See, Vedanta Shastra is wonderful if you systematically study. So, Prapancho yadi vidya. The reason vidyate came, so I'm telling you. So, later I'll give full meaning of this. Very complex. For this, Acharya Shankara writes a very big commentary. Mandukya Karika on that. Bhashyam is wonderful. Anyway, so Adischa Madhyamcha Antascha na vidyate. Acharya is using Yasya Saha Ayam Anadi Madhyantaha Tam. Anadi Madhyantam. Means what? There's no beginning, no middle, and no end. First feature of what? The supreme truth. Now understand. Supreme truth is what? Brahman manifested as Saguna Brahman. Ishvaratvam is equal to what? Maya plus Brahman. The Maya is what? Fundamental matter. That is Akshara Purushaha. That which manifests is called Kshara Purushaha. That is the universe. So when you look at the universe, it is what? No beginning, no middle, no end. Now you're understanding how Ishvara Tattvam will have no beginning, no middle, no end. Next, Ananta Viryam. Ananta Viryam means what? That which has limitless power. Na tava viryasya antaha asti iti ananta viryaha. So Arjuna is saying your viryam means power. Limitless power. I told you. That supreme truth, Tat Brahma. What is the explanation Acharya Shankara says? Tad Brahma, Tad Brahma Tattvam is Sarvajnaha Sarvashaktihi. Sarvajnaha, all knowing. That is not coming to the picture now because Arjuna is not focusing on knowledge. Sarvashaktihi. So entire power is resting in Bhagavan. Limitless power. That means now you understand. When you focus on Ishvara Tattvam, you are focusing on all these qualities. As your thought, so do you become. Yadbhavam tadbhavati. When you focus on Bhagavan with limitless power, you also get the power. When you focus on Bhagavan with limitless lordship, you get lordship. When you focus on Bhagavan as the supreme with limitless what? Riches. We want money. Then we get a lot of money. That's a psychological aspect of prayers which people don't understand. So who has limitless powers? Ananta Viryam. Ananta Bahum. Did Arjuna say earlier? Many arms. I'm seeing you having many arms, many eyes, many mouths, many faces. Huh? So it's repeating. Ananta Bahum. So countless means what? Infinite amount of arms. Ananta Bahum. Anantaha Bahabaha. Plural. Yasya Tava sahatvam anantabahu tam tvam anantabahum. Clear? Countless arms. Shashi Surya Netram. Shashi means what? Moon. Surya means what? Sun. Netram means eyes. So you are that principle. Shashi Suryau Netre Yasya Tava Sahatvam. Shashi Surya Netraha Tam Tvam Shashi Surya Netram. So Tam Chandraditya Nayanam Pashyami. That means what? When he's seeing Bhagavan, is as if one eye is looking like sun, one eye looking like moon. Physically, is it possible? Can you tell me? Huh? Can sun and moon be so close to each other? They are some distance away, right? So it means what? All this should be, you should be able to clearly understand. That is a vision created by Bhagavan. Are you getting the point? One eye is like the sun. First of all, you cannot look at the sun directly. Means what? Here you should understand so much of what? Stream radiance and power is there. So one eye is like moon, another like sun. So your two eyes are like sun and moon. So whereas in Purush Suktam, what do you say? Taksho Suryo Ajayata. Moon was required for something else. One day I'll take meaning for Purush Suktam. LV sir. How different aspects of the entire universe form the Purusha. Then you understand Sanatana Purushaha there. So moon was required for what? Chandrama manaso jataha. Moon was required for something else. So the moon didn't come as an eye. Here Arjuna is not bothered about mind because already out of mind. So he puts sun and moon as two eyes of Bhagavan. So your two eyes are like moon and the sun. Then he focuses on what? The mouth. So Deepta Hutasha Vaktram. Last time I told you what is Vaktram. I gave with Vyutpatti. Vaktram. Forgot. Vaktram means what? Vaktram means what? Mouth. Very good. You are able to understand. Very good. So, Deepta Hutasha Vaktram. Deeptascha Asau Hutashascha Saha Vaktram. Yasya Tabasaha Tvam Deepta Hutasha Vaktraha Tam Tvam Deepta Hutasha Vaktram. Means what? Whose mouth? Vaktram is mouth. Because you're able to speak. Bhaktum. So through which you can speak. It's called Vaktram. Whose mouth is Deepta Hutasha. Hutasha means what? Fire. So Hutasha. Deepta Hutasha means what? Blazing fire. So that is why one who speaks well, they say they got fire in the throat, correct? That's why for good speech, you need to keep on feeding. For fire, what you should give generally? Ghee. Whoever consumes ghee well and also should do exercise. Only if you have ghee and sit one place, you'll become put on fat. Okay. So for people who are constantly chanting, that power of fire is there. So that's why we say what? The fire is the element through which you are able to speak. So similarly here, mouth is here physically blazing fire is being seen from Bhagavan's mouth. And so Arjuna is now saying tapantam. And you are the principle which scorches what? Idam Vishwam. The entire universe is lit up with light and heat because of the fire emanating from your mouth. Also from Swatejasa, from your radiance, with your radiance. Please understand. Everything else is borrowed light and borrowed heat. Here is the original light, original heat. Original and original heat from Bhagavan. Please understand. So, Swatejasa, with your radiance, this entire universe is being lit up. And from the heat of the fire, the entire universe is being scorched. So slowly Arjuna is moving towards heat and light and other things. So now you see Slowly, how Arjuna's thought is now moving towards one of what? From wonder to what should be the next stage we have studied? Fear. And suddenly it doesn't happen. Not like switch. Switch off, switch on. Suddenly, you're wonder, suddenly not turn into fear. See this gradual transition from wonder to fear. Now you see shloka number 20 as you approach 22. So you got Arjuna fully established in fear. Shloka number 20. Arjuna vacha dhyava prithivyoridam hi व्याप्तं त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वाः दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपमुग्रं तवेदं लोकत्रयं प्रव्यथितं महात्मन्.
अर्जुन उवाच द्यावा पृथिव्योरिदमन्तरं हि व्याप्तं त्वयैकेन दिशश्च सर्वाः दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपमुग्रं तवेदं लोकत्रयं प्रव्यथितं महात्मन्.
Very nice. All of us together. Arjuna vacha dhyava prithivyoridam hi vyaptam tvayekena dishascha sarvaha दृष्ट्वाद्भुतं रूपमुग्रं तवेदं लोकत्रयं प्रव्यथितं महात्मन्. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now you see Arjuna is now what? Zooming out. So you all are very great experts in zoom in and zoom out, right? When you get a picture, you zoom in, then suddenly you want to zoom out. So all this was there long back. Nothing is new. I keep on saying is AI, BI, CIDA, whatever is going to come in the future also are all there in different forms earlier, coming in various other forms. That's why focus on Bhagavan, focus on the ultimate truth. Everything else will become extremely easy. I keep repeating. So now Arjuna is saying that now I am seeing you as that principle that is pervading the entire universe from heaven to earth. From Swarga, he sees Swargalokam or not? He went up, his vision went up all the way, he saw all the gods. He went up to Brahmaloka, saw Brahmaji, right? Look at his vision moving from here, there, everywhere, right? So he says now the entire space between heaven and earth, as well as all the directions. That means what? We normally say 8 different directions. That's why Ashtadikpalaka. If you go to any temple, there are 8 different, gods, security, 8 security people, right? That 8 different directions, 4 main and 4 cross, is 8. All quarters means all directions, then are indeed pervaded by you. So I'm seeing you that you are pervaded. That means what? Bhagavan's form is there all over. So as far as his eyes can reach, he's seeing Bhagavan everywhere. That's why he says in all directions, Bhagavan is there and entire space. Now you see, normally for us, what happens between the heavenly bodies, so-called heavenly bodies in the sky and the earth, what is there? What is there to our physical eyes? Empty space, correct? Again, that is in the class, okay. For Arjuna, what is the feeling? What is the background? Krishna Paramatma's physical body. Now you see, if you don't have Jnana Chakshuhu, eye of wisdom, you'll also say that everything is only space. Nothing is there, sir. Everything is empty. So whoever sees empty between sky and earth has got empty within the head. If you fill it with Vedantic knowledge, you will see that there is a supreme truth supporting the entire universe. So he says you are pervading the entire space between heaven and earth and all directions. Now I am seeing the fierce form of yours. I am seeing your fierce form. Where is the fierce form? When you see fire, you all get scared, right? Blazing fire. Forest fire, you seeing what is seeing? Nothing compared to the fire that Arjuna saw emanating from the mouth of Bhagavan. So I am seeing your fierce form of yours. Now he is now slightly modifying his statement. Just not wonder, wonderful but fierce. So both wonderful and fierce form of yours. I'm seeing that. So slowly, what is happening? Though what? It is wonderful. When you see something fearful, what happens? Fear overtakes wonder. Which is the more powerful feeling? Wonder or fear? You tell me. Huh? Fear is more powerful. So Arjuna is very frightened. So he says, no, when he says he is frightened, he doesn't want to acknowledge his fear. So first what he does, all the three worlds are frightened. How does he know all three worlds are frightened? Huh? So I'm frightened. You say everybody else is frightened, right? Especially in your home when you're there together, it is dark. For example, I'm giving. So you may be feeling the fear, but you will ask next one, are you not scared? Are you not scared? You are scared actually. So you are saying, you are expressing your fear through somebody else. So Arjuna is putting the fear on the entire, all the three worlds. All the three worlds are frightened. Is it true? Some people are frightened some point in time, but Arjuna, no, because he is filled with fear. He's saying all the three worlds are frightened after looking at the fearful form of Bhagavan. Now look at the Padavibhaganvaya for better understanding. That's why systematically study with PBA, then you'll understand the correct meaning. Dhyava Prithimvyoho Divachana. Okay. Dhyava Prithimvyoho Prithimvyoho Idam Antaram. Three words. Can you put lines? Dhyava Prithimvyoho Idam. How did idam come? The rakaram went to visarga, ikaram went to idam. Clear how to separate out? Simple techniques. Dhyava prithimvyoho idam antaram hi vyaptam. You all getting comfortable, right? With Padavibhaga. Very easy. Once you do systematically, you can become expert shortly. Dhyava prithimvyoho idam antaram hi vyaptam Tvaya ekena. See why Tvaya is required when Aikaram comes. You need A plus A becomes I. It is Tvaya ekena. It would have been Tvayekena. Small techniques. You know, you'll not get any internet, any book, any you will not get this. You understand? Tvaya plus ekena, Tvayaikena. Because why? Why Tvaya is required? Akaram, just now I told you. Because the compound word is aikaram. Are you getting what I'm saying? Tvayaikena. Tvaya plus ekena. Dishaha cha sarvaha. Drishtva adbhutam rupam ugram tava idam lokatrayam pramvyathitam Mahatman. Clear? Very easy? Easy or not? Feeling comfortable with Padavibhaga? Padavibhaga, first you do properly. 40% marks. Next, another 40% for doing Anvaya. Idam Antaram. Now you see where Idam Antaram, first word itself. Dhyaba Pratimbyoho Idam Antaram. So, Idam Antaram. Dhyava Prithimvyoho Anvaya. Cha Sarvaha. The last two words of the first line. Cha Sarvaha. Dishaha. Clear so far? Should I do again? Idam Antaram. Dhyava Prithimvyoho. Cha Sarvaha. Dishaha. Clear so far? Somebody acknowledge in there. Okay, good. Next. He vyaptam. Very clear. In the middle, he vyaptam. Tvaya ekena, which I told you. Tvaya ekena. This is one group. Second group. Drishtva idam adbhutam. Clear? Drishtva idam adbhutam Rupam, or you do Drishtva idam adbhutam. Ugram Rupam. Put it that way. Drishtva idam adbhutam. Ugram Rupam. Tava. Second group. Third group is what? Lokatrayam Pramyathitam Mahatman. So same order. So no problem. Focus more on the meaning than Anvaya now. That means what? Anvaya is simple, meaning should be understood. Clear? Very good. Now you see. Idam Antaram. This space. So what is space? Which space? Dhyava Prithibhyoho. Dhyau Dhyava. Dhyava Prithibhyoho means between heaven and earth. I told you Dhyava Prithibhyoho. So that Dhyava Prithibhyoho idam antaram hi antariksham vyaptam tvaya Vishwarupa dharena. So that means in your Vishwarupa, in your cosmic form, the space between heaven and earth, cha sarvaha dishaha, and also as well as all the directions. All the directions. So the space, right now, when you see around, what do you see? Normally we see objects, but we forget there is something in between our eyes and the object. What is there in between? What is there? Huh? Space. Space and light. Correct. Very good. Please space. Recognize there is space. We normally miss out that there is space between. If I show something, what do you see? We see only the object, but there is space also in between. So Arjuna is now focusing on the space. Space between heaven and earth, as well as all the quarters, all the directions. He vyaptam. Vyaptam means pervaded. He means verily, is indeed pervaded. Tvaya ekena, by you alone. So what is the common principle that is there everywhere when you see Vishwarupam? You understand? So, for example, if something is in place A and not in place B, it cannot pervade everywhere, right? So only entity that is pervading the entire universe is Bhagavan's physical form. So he says that you are indeed pervading all the space between heaven and earth in all directions, not in only one direction, all directions. Tvaya ekena, by you alone. Ekena means what? You alone. Tvaya, by you. Ekena, alone. That means what? You alone. That means what? There's not somebody else also pervading. There's only one principle that is pervading the entire universe. Please understand. From this only, or from the Vedic statement, Purusha evedagum sarvam. Write down. Idam sarvam Purusha eva. Here ekena. So whatever you see around is pervaded by Purushaha, that is supreme, by you alone. Now you see physical form of Bhagavan. Bhagavan is showing that I am pervading the entire universe. Then this is one group. Second group, Drishtva, having seen idam adbhutam, this wonderful form. Now what? Arjuna is now adding another one now. Ugram Rupam. So he doesn't want to straight away jump into fearful form. Slowly transitions. First, wonderful form. Then combination of wonder and fear. So Ugram means what? Fierceful, fierce, Rupam, form. So wonderful form, but also fierce. Right? You see in the fire. So fierce form, Tava, of yours. Shashti Bhakti, right? So idam adbhutam ugram rupam Tava. Now having seen this wonderful and fierce form of yours, now he is now putting the blame on the three worlds. Lokatrayam, all the three worlds. Pramvyathitam, prakarshena vyathitam, not normal fear, heightened fear, right? Fear is of different levels, right? So vyathitam means fear, frightened. Pravyathitam, really frightened, heightened fear. So, of what? Mahatman, of the great Bhagavan. Mahatma. Mahatma means Mahatma, great Lord. So, all the three worlds are frightened. Now, you see what Arjuna is doing? Instead of saying that I am getting, no, very fearful, he says all the three worlds are fearful. That means what? Now he is also part of that. So he can say, I am a very great warrior. So I don't want to count myself as a person having fear. Entire three worlds are no fearful. So slowly Arjuna finally is trying to avoid expressing his fear, but finally helplessly he has to now land up in a state of fear. So please understand, all these are very important messages. Unless we understand through knowledge, I keep on saying, Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. Unless you understand the reality of anything, lack of knowledge of reality creates two things. One, wrong understanding, and sometimes that wrong understanding will also be fearful. Acharya Shankara normally uses the what? Simile of snake and rope. In a very dim light, when you look at a curved rope, you think it is snake, correct? What happens? Lack of knowledge of the real rope created an impression of snake. And so what happens? When you see that and think it is a snake, what is the internal feeling? When you see snake, you'll be very happy. Fear, right? So lack of knowledge. Ignorance leads to fear. Lack of knowledge leads to fear. Ignorance of the world, ignorance of the truth makes you fearful, makes you depressed, worried, what? Having emotional problems, psychological problems. So the root cause of all problems, in LV sir, what is the fundamental root cause of all problems? Ignorance. Very good. There is one person called Buddha, who should be called Abuddha. He told something very different. What did he say? The root cause of all problems is desire, he told. He doesn't understand ignorance because he's ignorant, right? Ignorant people don't understand that fundamental root cause is ignorance. So, avidya kama karma, write down. Avidya is the root. From that arises desire. If at all you need something or you need to get rid of something, and action. From the action, get fear. Clear? Huh? So, what is the message? All this is because of ignorance. So while Arjuna is seeing a physical form and getting into fear, we are fearful of the universe, other things because of lack of knowledge. Once you understand that Aham Brahmasmi, I am the ultimate truth, it is the nature of what? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Anandam Brahma. I am the nature of pure existence, pure conscious, pure bliss. What happens? Nabhi bheti kutaschaneti. All fear is removed. So constantly focus on study of Vedanta Shastras. Continue in the next class, Saturday morning. All of you download the ebook and also the 10th chapter PVA book for systematic study. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Datsate. Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavanti. Hari Om Narayana. We'll meet again on Saturday morning India time. Narayana.